Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we welcome you to the quarterfinals of the semi-pro division here in the Overtime Champions community. My name is Clutchkey, and joining me on the color side is Bryce T. What is up, my man?
I am thrilled to watch these two teams battle it out in this quarterfinal game. I'm just ready to go. How about you?
I am ready to go as well. Our two teams here in the bracket of the semi-pro division features the number 1 seeded team, Asteri 1, taking on the number 8 ranked team, C team. So we, even if it's a 1 versus 8 seed, we'd love to see this kind of quarterfinal tournament. You and I saw Making Plays versus Superior back in I believe it was a 3 versus 6 matchup. It was a 2 versus 7 matchup, but Making Plays comes out in a very exciting series, 3-2, in a very long game, but very exciting one. So it'll be fun to see what a 1 versus 8 matchup can do.
Hey, but that's the thing about this division that we're playing in is just because it's a long game doesn't mean that it's boring. Every single minute is jam-packed with just phenomenal play on both sides. So I'm as much as, you know, it sucks to sit here for the longest time, it's always exciting, and I'm always thrilled by the end of it.
All right, well, let's get things started here. Our first match up here, Asteri 1 versus C Team. First map is going to be Oasis to start us off, and Oasis, one of the very big control maps that people use. It's not very popular to pick with, but it's one of the maps that are in this 5-set series. So Oasis to start us off here in the quarterfinals. What do we expect from these two teams here?
You know, I haven't seen a whole lot of Asteri 1. It's been a while since I've seen them play, but C Team, again, I know for a fact that Jedi Ron Paul runs a really tight ship on that main tank role, you know, flexing to off tank occasionally. But it's going to come down to if there is going to be a Pharah on the field, which team is going to utilize that to its fullest extent. Pharah has the, you know, just such phenomenal utility with her concussive blast, and especially on Gardens. This is such a popular map to try and get on that high ground, lock it down best you can. And if you have a Pharah on either attack or defense, using that fullest ability to get people off the point, knock them far off of this, you know, high ground, sort of shaped like a T. But it also is, you know, really, really open for if you want to be running dive, you can try and go, you know, try going below the other team, trying to go far around. It's, you know, one of my favorite things about Oasis in general is just the vast utility that it you know, rewards.
And keep in mind, take a look at the top right now. You're going to see the lineup starting to come out. But the Amster coming out here with a Wrecking Ball, which we all know is, or for those that don't know, is now allowed in the playoffs as of July 30th. So we're on August 12th right now, so a lot of the teams should know. But the Amster picking otherwise, he's going to move on over to the Winston.
Yeah, and, you know, again, as you were saying, it is a, you know, brand new pick, but, you know, that has its strengths and weaknesses. Not a lot of teams know how to combo against it, but not a lot of teams know how to play with it. We're already seeing Asteri 1 just going straight for the high ground, running more of a, you know, traditional dive, and they're just getting set on the point 10 seconds before it unlocks, and they're just pushing C Team away.
Something we usually don't see out on the floor, and Ana being picked out. Escher's going to bring out the Ana as well as the Vexo on the Lucio, so trying to get some things going. A huge biotic grenade. That's 3 people with that biotic grenade going down from Escher, and the pick is there, which means Asteri 1's showing off their dominance right now as the number 1 seed. They've got themselves the first strike on the point.
Yeah, and, you know, as you were saying, it's not the most, you know, popular pick to see an on the field, but she did just get that huge buff in her favor. That nano boost not only, you know, ramps up that damage tenfold, but it gives you that 300 healing, which is a lifesaver in a, you know, in a situation where you're running a Genji, which is what we see Kakuga on for Asteri 1. And, you know, 25% already in their favor. They're just holding that high ground for Asteri 1.
So you can see everybody already. Shogun already at 86%. Escher's already got a nano boost almost ready to go. Kakugo 95% on the way there. Dragon Strike already coming out. High Newt's got a kill on Vexo so far, so this is C Team's fight to win at this point. Dragon Blade's gonna come out from Kakugo. 2 strikes, 1 kill, or 1 strike, 2 kills rather. My fault there. Kakugo's got 2 kills already, and this is gonna be just a fight. But Kakugo's got 3 of the last 4 kills, and Asteri 1 once again looks to have this point under control. Because right now it's just C Team just trying to stay alive, holding on to the stagger, and they're just gonna back up.
Yeah, you know, unfortunately, it looked like at the very beginning of that fight, C Team had this fight won. They had that, you know, those 2 quick kills from High Newt and from High Newt. That Dragon Strike was really, you know, well placed to get Asteri 1 off the high ground. But Kakugo and Escher, they got that perfectly timed Dragon Blade out, and that's what, or Nano Blade out, and that's what, you know, won them that fight. And Asteri 1 is in a good position already.
High Noon, you can see, switches on over from the Hanzo to the McCree, which is a great pick because he takes down 3 people actually, including Kakugo and Shogunai, and no mercies in the play for Asteri 1. So C Team's got the advantage coming up here. Transcend is going to be used. High Noon, how about 4 kills for him so far? Looking for 5, maybe trying to get anything going, and it looks like Asteri 1's going to have to back up. So 96 on the way, but C Team's got a good flip on the point.
Yeah, you know, that's exactly what they needed, was to get that, you know, get the High Noon onto a more comfortable play. Already has High Noon, which, you know, that is 5 ults in C Team's favor. 97% was more than enough time for them to build up those, essentially 6 ults. Naptime was forced into that trance to keep himself alive and keep the rest of his team up. But now they have ults, they have the high ground. This is their fight to lose.
So C Team's got to hold it all the way here, because if Asteri 1 flips it, it's more or less likely going to be a win for them. Primal Rage is going to come out, as well as the sound barrier on the side of Asteri 1, so 2 ults down, 1 left to go. Ike still has his. Graviton Surge is going to come out, but really not going to get anybody besides the Amster, who comes in with the Primal Rage at the last second. And now the Dragon Blade's going to come out from Kakugo. Question is how many? He gets 1 on Jedi Ron Paul, trying to swing away, gets 2 on Agent, looking for more. Shogunai's pretty much going to clean up house at this point. The only one left on this point is Trash Ronin, who's going to try and hold on to it. Ike right there to sweep up house, so they've got the flip. Question is, can anybody from C Team take it? That answer is no, actually, unless anybody can get here in overtime. That answer's going to be no. And so Asteri 1 flips it with 51% on C Team's point, gets the win 100-51 as we move on to the next map.
You know, again, this was just the first map of this series. These teams are still trying to figure out, you know, they're trying to poke and prod at the other team, trying to figure out what works well against them, what's going to be, you know, their saving grace, what they need to focus on. So, you know, just because it's 1-0 right now doesn't mean that it's not going to be, you know, at least a decent, fair game. I hate to see a sweep at this stage in the game, but, you know, now they're trying to, they're you know, that was a good hold from, you know, Asteri 1 on the whole time. They managed to, you know, throw out 4 ults onto that push. And the fact that it wasn't wasted was a really good, you know, it's really good ult, you know, ult sense on Asteri 1's side. So now C Team's trying to figure out what needs to change around. They're going to be running dive once again. High Newt off of the McCree onto the Doomfist, which again is an interesting pick, similar to Escher on that Ana, but now they're switching, you know, back. Everyone's just contesting for the high ground at the moment.
And usually see DPS players only pick like 1 or 2 characters. High Newt's got 3 in his inventory so far. Hanzo, Doomfist, as well as a McCree so far. So question is, how many more can he get onto the playing field? Right now it's going to see Asteri 1 winning this fight as Avexos gets the kill on Trash Ronin, 2 down. That's huge because that also takes down Toad in that fight. No chances of reses or big heals coming up. And already it's going to be Asteri 1 winning this fight. So again, winning that first flip, C-Team's got to find an answer.
Yeah, Kakugo is already, you know, coming into his own as the, you know, the prime target that C-Team needs to start focusing on and shutting down, getting his ult almost at 75% for his ult already, 10% on the board. That is phenomenal play from this DPS player. And as you said, High Newt, you know, has got plenty of heroes in his back pocket. He just needs to figure out which one is going to work well against C-Team as they're trying to take the high ground.
Gonna keep on the Doomfist for this fight here. C-Team's gonna try and take up the upper advantage again. High Newt's again showing off the DPS prowess, gets the Amster in the background. But right now, it's still going to be a win here. You're gonna see Trash Ronin move on over to the Genji, gets the kill on Escher, so both Mercies are down. Kakugo's gonna bring out the Dragon Blade again. 1 strike, 2 kills, make that 3! Santa Maria! What a play from Kakugo, that's 3 kills already for him on Dragon Blade. And that's gonna be it. Asteri 1 with a huge defensive play. Kakugo gets credit for 3 out of 4.
And again, you know, C-Team has to be figuring out what they need to change right now. Dive might not be the pick right now. They're running into another dive that at the moment is doing a lot better at focusing damage and taking out, you know, getting their picks a lot better than C-Team. High Newt is able to, you know, focus on his own, but right now that's not enough.
High Newt, keep in mind, the last 2 team fights hasn't had an ultimate. Self-destruction come out right in the middle of the Bubble's not going to get anything going there. In the meantime, Transcendent's going to try out for a Vexus here, try and save his team some heals as well. Kakugo's going to take advantage of it as well, though. Takes down Trash Rodent, so the other Genji is gone. Toad's not there to res up anybody, and that is going to be it. Again, Asteri 1 holding the city center here. But they've got one fight left. C team's got to find an answer here at the city center. They got to find it fast.
Exactly, and all they have going into this, 13 seconds left before overtime starts to kick in. All they've got is a Meteor Strike and a Primal Rage, and those ults you really cannot combo together effectively unless you've got communication down to a T. So those ults are really just going to be stalling ults so the rest of the team can get on point, but just a second too late.
A second too late. Speaking of getting onto the point, nobody gets there in time. Even if High Noon had that Meteor Strike, could have used it on, but instead not getting onto the point, and that'll be Asteri 1's victory, 2-0 here on Oasis, winning the Gardens at City Center. Play of the game going to Kakugo, and you can see exactly why. Nano Blade, as you said before, Nano Boost as well as the Dragon Blade comes out. 1 strike, 2 kills for Kakugo, and that is enough to get him play of the game right there. And he had 2 of those, one on the City Center, one on the Gardens. So win condition, I would say, take down Kakugo.
Exactly. We're seeing already the reason why Asteri 1 is your number 1 seed. Coming out onto this, it looked like it was going to be a close match on Gardens, but City Center just went straight to Asteri 1, 100% to nothing in C Team's favor. We've talked about the reason Overwatch is such a exciting game. It's because of how vastly different some of these game modes are. A lot of teams are a lot better at playing control maps than they are at playing, say, Escort or Hybrid. So we might be seeing one of the situations here. Always a possibility for C Team to get to reverse that loss, or it's still a possibility that Asteri 1. The reason why they are the number 1 seed is just because they have that indescribable quality to just keep doing good, which from what I've seen it's very possible. But it is still possible for High Newt to really be the ace in the hole for C Team and just keep comboing well with Jedi Ron Paul on that main tank that you really needs to start being a lot more aggressive and start going for Asteri 1's either their DPS or their healing support line. They really need to focus on one.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look at, while we have a pause in the action for a player to restart and come back into the game, let's take a look at the journey that these two teams had to make it coming into. We'll start off with the number 1 seed, Asteri 1, and pretty much their path only made hard by making plays in their first match. They won their group pretty solidly, 2-1 in their first game of Group B semi-pro division, or the group stage in Group B, making plays 2-1. Voltic and Syndicate handled very easily. Voltic 3-0 and Syndicate 3-0 games there. So Asteri 1 comes out with a +8 differential and +7 differential rather. But Asteri 1 still good enough to get the number 1 seed there in a 3-0 group stage. Meanwhile, C Team had a little bit of a harder stretch. First game against Six of Spades handled very easily, 3-2-0, and then they come up against Superior. We saw Superior back in the group stage, lost to making plays back in the quarterfinals, but Superior still nonetheless comes out, was your season 4 main event champions, won't be your season 5 champions up until then, but Superior still playing very well. They hand C Team their loss in the group stage in a score of 2-1, so they would be 1-1 in the records, and finally coming back, not easy though. Meta Alliance had to play against Meta Alliance in a 2-1 victory, so their point differential still +3, but a 2-1 record puts them as the number 8 seed. So either way, these two journeys coming out, and really these two teams coming out with different journeys to come here. C Team Group D and Asteri 1 Group B, but they meet here in the playoffs, number 1 versus number 8.
Exactly. And just because they're in vastly different, or not vastly different, but just because they're in different groups doesn't mean that there's a huge gap in the skill level. Semi-pro is a little, there's a larger sort of discrepancy when it comes to the SR ranges of these teams. So you're going to be seeing, there's anywhere from plat to grandmaster in these areas. So it's a lot more. This is why you're going to be seeing a lot more varied gameplay, which is a lot of the reasons why we are a lot more excited to cast these games than, say, Division B or C.
All right, so let's take a look at now the next map. We're coming up in the Assemble the Heroes Assemble your hero phase. As we go into the Prepare Your Defenses, Prepare to Attack phase, you're going to see Rialto come up again. New map pick here for Season 5. And Rialto was one of the set maps back in the group stages, but now we get to see it played in the quarterfinals for, I believe, what is the last time in the in Season 5. So what does Rialto bring to the table now that it's usually not that much of a popular pick?
So a lot of the reason why, it's not necessarily that people don't like the map. That might be the case, but a lot of reasons why is it's still in, it is the newest map in the stage currently. It's still, people are still trying to figure out the best rollouts, the best positioning. You're going to be seeing varied levels of where people want to start holding down. It's not like Hanamura where you want to, most of the time hold in the same 3 or 4 spots. Rialto is very, it's varied. But it does offer a lot of tight quarters and also long sight lines, which is why you're going to be seeing a lot of snipers. It's a very tentative die-friendly map because, when you want to at least try and shut down the snipers as quickly as you can. There is the possibility for a lot of environmental kills. We are seeing a disconnect here, so that'll give us a little bit more time to, break this map down. Right around this first bend is where a lot of teams are going to want to set up and get, and hunker down. You're not exposing yourself to the spawn advantage that the attackers have. If you're running a Widowmaker on attack and you have a sniper up in that second level just above the main spawn room, that is a perfect spot for you at the very beginning because you can shut down any defenders who are setting up right on the opposite side of this little canal from you. So, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Well, so, you're going to be seeing a lot of Widowmaker, a lot of Hanzo play, a lot of, it definitely does reinforce the meta of having, double snipers, even though it's not necessarily the most popular.
So now we're going to see a little bit of a pause here as one of the players from C team disconnects and looking to restart the game, which, like you said, gives us time to pretty much talk about these two teams here. So let's take a look at how these guys are going to get set up here as we hit the pause. Asteri and Asteri 1 is going to pretty much bring out standard or double sniper combo. Ike and Deamster is going to bring out in Orisa Roadhog. Orisa usually a popular pick to start off on the defensive side. Roadhog, maybe not. We'll see how that works out. But the one thing that is the difference of Vexos on the Brigida, so that may cause trouble for Asteri or for C team if that comes up.
Yeah, exactly. And the possibility of a Orisa Hog definitely is shown on these environmentally, open maps like on Ilios, Night Market on Lijiang Tower, not as much, but definitely on maps where you want to try and get that quick pick with with Orisa's right click, with Roadhog's hook, definitely are encouraged at least on this first point of the map. You might want to, you'll be seeing a lot more Zarya Ryan once this payload gets past its first point, just because that longer alleyway is a lot more friendly towards having that large shield that can guard most. But that pause is over now. 3 seconds before the timer comes off, and we're seeing Asteri 1 getting set up on this high ground behind Orisa's shield.
C team is going to bring out very standard 2-2-2. Shogunai is already going to get the kill on Agent 181, and that's kind of insult to injury because Agent 181 was the one that DC'd, so Shogunai is going to DC him a little bit more. Takes him out of the game for about 10 seconds here before he respawns, but not too bad because that payload's very close. But right now you see that upper ground really working for Asteri 1, and now the first one to charge in is Jedi Ron Paul. Bionic grenade is going to be huge. That's 3 people down, but nobody taking advantage of it on that bionic grenade, so this payload moves up even further. And right now, it's just a scramble to see who's going to win. Double sniper combo really working out. Shogunai's got a kill on Toad as well as a D-Max, so no chance of res and no chance of big kills. That's going to force C-Team back, and Asteri 1's got a good defensive hold.
Exactly, and that was a really smart play from Asteri 1. A lot of times, especially on maps like Dorado, where you want to get that really quick jump off of the high ground, they were really smart in going around that building and getting set up just around this corner where you'll see a lot of teams getting set up initially. But they were able to really, smartly choose out where they were going to get set up, and now they're in a good position. They already burned some time off the clock, and Kakugo getting that kill on Agent 181, really having a rough game already.
So already C team's going to try and force the attack here. You can see a little bit of a little bit of a disrespect. The Amster's going to try the Halt, try and get some environmental kills there, knowing that they're all back at the spawn, but unfortunately not going to work in their favor. But right, so that Halt's going to last them, but I think the Amster's going to have that back already. So now the Dragon Strike going to come right back behind. Nobody knows where that was, but it's not going to really get anybody. The Shogunai does get a kill on Trash Rodent. Actually, the Hanzo's traded off, which is impressive enough on both sides. But right now, C-Team, even though they're winning it, Shogunai's going to get rezzed by Escher. C-Team's backing up a little bit here. And right now, this double sniper combo, Kakugo's got a few kills of his own. And that's going to be enough to force back C-Team. So again, Asteri 1 has the answer. C-Team just can't find their way around turn number 2.
Yeah, you know, we saw them switch. Oh, my
goodness.
goodness.
Speaking of environmental kills.
Whoo! Having a day on that Orisa Yeah, Orisa. So yeah, and then but we were seeing C-Team switching on to the, you know, Zarya Ryan, which is, you know, proactive play on their side. They saw dive wasn't working. They're switching it around. They have a minute 30 left. That's not necessarily a whole lot of time, but you know, that's the thing with escort maps. It only takes one push through overtime to get to this last area.
Dragon Strike's going to try and clear the way, but the whole hog is also there, although Ike has slept after one kill. But that's a huge kill on Jedi Ron Paul. Question is the res here. Toad's not going to get there in time. And again, Asteri 1 winning this fight. Credit to the double sniper here, as well as the tanks. C-Team not just having any answers, and 3 minutes wasted off the clock. Asteri 1's got all the answers right now. C-Team has to find a way to push through, but they've only got 2 ults and nano boost. All one gets rid of, actually. Agent 181's going to switch on over from the McCree to the Junkrat here.
You know, a smart pick. You know, Deadeye it can be a game changer, but a lot of times you're just gonna end up coming up empty. So you know, Junkrat can especially build his ult quickly, so that Riptire is gonna be a lot more useful than a Deadeye, especially on this first point. But that's another sneaky dragon from Shogunai. Not getting anybody though.
Not getting anybody. We can see the Orisa from the Amster trying to pull that in, trying to pull Jedi Ron Paul into the Dragon Strike, but really not going to get anybody. So 30 seconds left to go. This Orisa shield really proving deadly here on the Amster side, because Asteri 1's holding behind that shield. Earthshatter's going to come in, gets a Vexus and the Amster at the same time as the Nano Boost comes in for Jedi Ron Paul. This could be the push that they're looking for. Here are the only ones left to go. Kakugo on that Widowmaker trying to see if they can get anybody. Not going to happen here. The Roadhog on the side is left. Is that going to happen for anybody here? Halo's going to move around the corner. We'll force overtime. Ice got the kill on Agent 181 to start, but is that going to be enough? Here comes the stagger, and we're in overtime. Coalescence is going to be brought out here by Toad, as well as the Graviton Surge. Shield is right there to protect anything, though. So right now, that shield for the Amster working out well. Dragon Strike comes right down the middle of the lane on the bridge. Not going to get anybody. Ike's right there to bring out the whole hog. Clears out the point. 2 left to go. Ario, now the only one left to go on this point. Zarya trying to keep alive here. Tracer coming out for the dive comp here, trying to see if they can get on the point in time. Overtime clock is going to run, and Asteri 1 with a full hold. C-Team's got some work to do to hold them back. 4 players on fire to end it.
See, Kakugo was in a perfect spot right there, holding up just around the corner from where Asteri 1 was initially holding off. Had a perfect view right in the back line of C-Team, and none of them even noticed at the very beginning. And I mean, you know, Agent 181 was trying to go around the back line as a Tracer, just get in as quickly as possible. But when you have a Widowmaker set up, you're for a rough time trying to get past that, especially with a Widowmaker as mechanically sound as Kakugo.
So already, and I'm watching back here because you can see the Amster with 2 environmental kills on Trash Rodent and Jedi Ron Paul as I'm watching back on the stream. 2 very big kills because that Halt landed up behind the shield and nobody really knew what to do with it, so both of them went down. So credit to the Amster with that kill. But now we get to see Asteri 1 on that, we get to see the Amster on the attack now. And he's going to switch on over from the Orisa to the Reinhardt now, which is going to be huge because if that works out in their favor. C-Team had pretty much the same thing with the Zarya and the Reinhardt, but it didn't work out in their favor. What does Asteri 1 have to do to try and flip that?
I mean, they really just have to continue the aggressive pushing that they've been showing this entire series. Main tank like Dayamaster, they have the perfect front wall that they really need to set themselves up behind. Ike has been phenomenal on this off tank role, but something that we didn't mention that we brought up initially, but Avexos on that Brigida was such a smart pick because she has that shield bash, which is perfect to just knock down the Reinhardt shield, stop a quick sneaky DPS around, and that gave Ike more than enough time to line up that hook and nail that, quick combo that Roadhogs like to throw out. But now we're seeing Asteri 1 rolling out of the gate with a Sombra, interestingly enough, which will be definitely an interesting player to look out for during this map.
And big thing to mention here too, because of the patch notes, Sombra's got an indefinite amount of time on that on the invisibility there, but is it going to work out in their favor? Shogunat's going to be brought back here, going to use the translocator to bring it back. So it's going to be Asteri's 1 push, and they're having a little bit of an easier time against C Team right now because it's already against the first turn. The second turn is always the problem because it comes into the open space. Now the question is which team can push through forward already. Kakugo's got the kill on that time, so that is a huge kill going down. No Orb of Discord's coming out for that team, and now the Res Untold isn't going to be enough here. Again, Diamster and Kakugo making this look easy with 3 kills out of the last 4 for both of them. And right now, just this payload moving up with ease. Nobody's going to... the only 2 left to go here, Jedi Ron Paul and Agent 1A1 are the only 2 close enough to get to this point on the golden box of victory, but it won't be enough. And Asteri 1, showing off their dominance, #1 seed, gets this payload easily in with not even 2.5 minutes left to go.
I mean, they did such a phenomenal job holding that they could have taken a whole lot longer to push that payload, but they decided to just roll straight through, and they did a phenomenal job with it, as you can see already.
Play the game going to the Amster here well enough. That is the 2 environmental kills going on Trash Rodent and Jedi Ron Paul, and he knew it already. He said hello to the play of the game camera because he knew that was going to be it. So kudos to Diamster, and that's really hard to pull off the double environmental kill like that with the halt, but credit to Diamster, he's the one that pulls it off.
And again, as I was saying, a map like Rialto is just ripe for opportunities like that. The likelihood of that happening at this level of gameplay is a lot less than quick play, because these players are a lot more mechanically sound. They're a lot more aware of these maps, but again, not a whole lot you can do against an Orisa Halt. That's why main tanks love playing her on these environmentally open maps. And, unfortunately on Hanamura, not a whole lot opportunity for it, but there is a lot of opportunity for these off-meta picks. Interesting plays. I know we casted a game a few days ago where a team on attack was running a Symmetra who teleported in a Bastion and a Reinhardt who just got set up on the high ground and just mowed down the entire defending team, which, at this level, I would not be surprised by that creativity on the field.
All right, so let's take a look at our, and for those of you just joining us, we welcome you to the semi-pro playoff quarterfinals here of the Overtime Champions community. Asteri 1, your #1 seeded team, versus C Team, your #8 seeded team, and of course Asteri 1 showing off why they are #1 as of the #1 seed right now. First map on Oasis, handled very handily, 151% back on the Gardens, and 100-0, I believe, was back in the city center as well. So Oasis only giving up 51%. Asteri 1 wins that 2-0. And the map we just saw, Rialto, C Team only getting 91 meters down the payload before Asteri 1's right there to take it. And again, very showing off their dominance. Not even 2.5 minutes left to go on the clock, and Asteri 1 had that payload moving. So now we go on to our third map here. Hanamura is what could be the final map here in the series. So this is going to be interesting enough to see if C Team can come back here, because we saw the control point maps and C Team couldn't really handle against Asteri 1. C Team's going to be the first to attack here, but they got to find some points, and they got to find it here in this map to try and come back.
Exactly, and they really just need to figure out, how aggressive that they want their tank line to be, because we've seen Jedi Ron Paul being a phenomenally aggressive and really, present main tank in the moment, and we haven't really been seeing a whole lot of that from him so far. And I think that's working to the detriment of C Team. They're really trying to figure out. They're still trying. They're still playing catch up with Asteri 1, where it seems like they already from the get-go, Asteri 1 had this team dialed in. They had their strengths. They were aware of, C Team's strengths. They were aware of their weaknesses already, and they've just been capitalizing on that constantly.
So prepare your defenses, prepare to attack phase. Now here's the thing. Usually we get to see all of the players from, and they still have plenty of time, 60 seconds on the clock, but we get to preview what Asteri 1 is going to be bringing out in the defensive mode, and I believe they're still picking at this point, but they're going to opt to go for the double sniper combo from Shogunai as well as Kakugo, and we saw that back on their defense in Rialto to start off, which was very good for them, because they pretty much held that all the way through. So now Shogunai Kakugo is going to try this one more time and see how that works out for them.
Exactly. Especially on a map like Hanamura, it comes down to the Widowmaker getting that first pick, because the second that that Widowmaker does, the fight is instantly 5v6, and that is a very bad situation if you're attacking this point. But already 5 seconds left, it is subject to change, but we do see a GOAT comp coming out from C Team, and if they can capitalize on this pretty well, they are in a good position running against the defense that Asteri has set up. It's just going to come down to the execution of it.
C-Team's going to bring out the 3-3 aggressive mode here. 3 tanks, 3 supports. Start off, big difference though. No mercies to start off. Question is, can Asteri 1 hold them all the way? So far, they're all grouped up, so this is in favor right now of Asteri 1 if they want to do big damage. Right now, Ike's trying to get them all together. Ike in the middle of all that right now, not really doing anything, as Naptime is the one to DMAC Ike. And this is going to be in favor of C-Team, so this aggressive 3-3 working out in their favor so far. I don't know how Agent 1 killed himself, though, but that's going to be it. And it looks like C-Team has finally found an answer. 1 person on the point right now, though. This is going to be the Diva from Ike, who's going to get pushed all the way back out. Going to get DMAC'd as well, so that's a big stagger for them if Ike goes down. But C-Team, first point of the series here in Hanamura. The Bell Room is theirs to keep.
Yeah, again, that's exactly the kind of gameplay that we've been wanting C-Team to put out. GOAT is extremely, it comes down to the main tank calling that speed boost, and it very tight communication and game sense right there. Already got a rally from Trash Rodent, so that is crucial, especially when they were running past that dragon. Almost separated the entire team.
So we're gonna see now here, see if C-Team can get themselves going out so far. Shogunai's got a DMAC on a high note right now, so this is looking good for Asteri 1. 2 kills down, 4 to go for them. But right now, it's not looking good for the aggressive 3-3 standard here, as I think C-Team, or I'm sorry, as I think Asteri 1's finally found the answer against C-Team, so C-Team's going to have to back up. And Asteri 1, 6-1, but plenty of time left to go on the clock, but Asteri 1 has a first good defensive hold.
Yeah, exactly, and you said a lot of time on the clock already, but 6 minutes and 20 seconds is basically an eternity. That is almost a quick play match, so C-Team has more than enough time to figure out what's going right, what's going wrong, so they just need to figure out, all right, what needs to change? And they've already made that decision. They are switching to, pretty much mirror comps with the exception of Escher and Toad being slightly different healers. We still have that Ana on defense, but now we have Moira on attack, probably just until she can get that Coalescence out, and then we'll see Toad switching comp.
So Toad, and you can see on the Coalescence here, 4 ultimates coming up here for Asteri 1, like you said. It's going to be the Transcendent. Speaking of which, Dragon Strike's going to come right down in that stairway to get up to the top floor outside, but it's not really going to do anything there. So it's going to be Asteri 1, still with Asteri 1 with the advantage here. 4 ults coming up here. Nano Boost, Transcendence, Self-Destruct as well as an Earth Shatter coming up, none of which are being used, but it's still the fight being won. Dianster's got 3 kills out of the last 4 for their team. And right now, this tank play from this Reinhardt, so far so good. Athena calls a team kill, and you can show off the dominance right now that Asteri 1's having, but C-Team still got plenty of time. That may have been just a dry run, 5 minutes left to go on the clock.
Exactly, Agent 181, just about having that Graviton, which will be very crucial if Trash Rodent can get those dragons. That is their win condition. If they can just knock Ike out of his mech, that'll give them the ability to that there's no canceling out for that ult. Vexos is just gonna, Vexos has to be aware that, they might have Gravitons soon, and that trans is their fight, their win condition for that ult.
We're gonna see here if C-Team can get something going here. High Noon moves on over to the McCree, which may be a very good pick as we saw High Noon go on. Kakugo's got 2 kills on 1 swipe, make that 3 kills on 2 swipes, and that will do it. Kakugo and Dianster, I would say 2 players you need to watch out for coming into the rest of the series if Asteri 1 moves on, because right now they're showing off their dominance. Kakugo's already got a Dragon Blade coming up.
Exactly, that is crucial when you have that level of communication between your main tank and your DPS, because when you're very confident in your main tank, you can pretty much go anywhere on the map, and that's what we're seeing with Kakugo. He's able to just dash straight into their backline. He has his ult waiting for Escher to give him that nano just to get that extra damage in. C-Team still going up this top left. May not be the best choice for them at this point anymore.
Graviton Surge going to come in here. Transcendence as well as the Dragon Strike's going to come out here. Shogunai's got 1, Shogunai's got 2. Trash Ronin and Naptime are going to go down. Not before High Noon is there to end the rain. But again, another one. Athena's going to call team kill. And again, C-Team cannot find an answer. So they had 6.5 minutes on this clock, but 3 minutes down. Asteri 1 just, absolutely dominating the floor. Only needs one ult to do that. That's Shogunai, as well as a Vexos rather with the Transcendence. So my apologies. 2 ults needed, 4 ults left to go. Asteri 1's got everything going for them right now.
And again, as unfortunate as it is, Agent 187 popping that Graviton should have been the win condition for C-Team, but instead it flipped around and went straight for Asteri 1. And again, we're seeing them go straight on this high ground, running their heads into a wall. I'm not sure if this is the right pick, C-Team.
Dragon Strike's gonna, yeah, like you said, Dragon Strike comes right through the wall here. Trash Ronin loses the ult. In the meantime, here comes the Dragon Blade coming out. Actually, Kakugo misses the first try to get upstairs. The question is the follow-up here. That Nano Boost may be for not here. Now the Earth Shatter's gonna come out on both sides, only getting one person in the progress there. That's gonna be told. 2-2 on the kills as Kakugo goes down. The Astro also goes down, so this could be the advantage CT needs. Self-destruct comes out from Ike, not going to get anybody, but don't forget about Shogunai, who's got 2 kills here, and that's going to end the reign as everybody from C-Team's going to back up. So again, Asteri 1 may have used all the ults here. C-Team's got a Deadeye left to go, but Asteri 1, even with all the ults gone, they've got themselves a good win for the defensive hold.
And again, as unfortunate as it is, C-Team is really starting to get down to the wire. They burned through just about 4 minutes of the time that they had banked up, and they're really starting to, it's starting to show. They keep running their heads up into this wall, trying to take that high ground away from Asteri 1. And the second that Asteri gives them an inch, they come back and they take that mile back from C-Team and push them all the way back to the choke.
So we're going to see Ike bring out the Wrecking Ball. We're going to see him stay in that little cute ball right there, that little Wrecking Ball right there. But as we all know, that cute Hamster Ball can do some damage. But question is, how well is this going to work out for them? Because usually Wrecking Ball don't see comms.
Yeah, I mean, it's again, Asteri 1 is in the position where they can start trying out these, stranger comms at the position that they're at in this match. They have the, his ultimate is the ultimate, blanking on the zoning ult. And now we see C-Team trying to push onto the point, but just getting cleaned up by Kakugo.
Absolutely clean up here by Kakugo, showing off his prowess and trying to show off his rights for playing the game so far. But right now it's just C-Team not doing any good so far. Again, by the way, let's remind you guys, they had 6.5 minutes to play this out. They've gone 5.5 minutes without a single take, which is a great defensive hold for Asteri 1. And right now they have 5 ults going for them. C-Team with only 2 on a Dragon Strike, as well as a Deadeye coming out for them in the next fight.
And again, High Noon, it's a very volatile ult unless you can get set up in a good position and, either behind his shield or you can take out Kakugo or as long as he has that deflect up, that is very detrimental to the survival of your
Earth Shatter pretty much gets everybody in that hallway there. That's 3 people going down. This could be the one to win. Bionic Grenade's going to come out from Escher, not really doing anything there though. And this is going to be interesting to see if C-Team can take advantage. Toad's going to get the res on High Noon right there. Deadeye's also gone. Kakugo, 1, 2, and 3. Santa Maria make that 4, and Kakugo, oh my goodness, making his right for player of the game. 4 kills on a Dragon Blade. I think he had a Nano Boost as well, but I didn't see that. But Kakugo, 4 strikes on the Dragon Blade, and C-Team, no answer to go. Needs to stagger here to try and win this. Here comes that Transcendence coming out from Nap Time, gets under the point. We force overtime here. Landmines are going to come out, as well as the Dragon Strike comes out on both sides, and here comes the flurry of ults left to go, but it's going to be C-Team not winning this fight at all. Asteri 1 clears out the point, 6.5 minutes down, 0 to go. C-Team, not even a single tick.
And again, it's comes down to C-Team is, again, they're just running their heads up into a wall. They keep trying the same stuff over and over again, and it works just a little bit. But again, in the grand scheme, they burned through just over 6 minutes. I think actually the ending tally of time that they had was about 7 minutes and 10 seconds, which is a heck of a lot of time. But Asteri 1 was able to hold through that entire time. And it has to come down to Kakugo on that Genji. I have not been excited about seeing a Genji getting his ult up until right now. The 4 kill back to back to back to back was just phenomenal to watch.
By the way, keep in mind that Dragon Blade from Kakugo starts off with 2 kills in one swing. How impressive is that, by the way, to get 2 kills in one swing, and then he gets 2, 3, and 4 after that in 2 other swipes. But Kakugo, again, showing off his prowess for player of the game right now. And you can tell because now he's moving on over from the Genji to the Doomfist. But beauty of this game, you can't see what Asteri 1 is going to pick up until the final point, because I don't know if the answer is going to bring out the Torbjorn. C team needs to find an answer, though, because if they want this game to move on, they need to force a tie right here. The only thing that they can give up is the bell tower, not even a single tick inside the dojo.
Exactly. You know, C team, it's coming down to the wire for them, and they were, you know, if I was them right now, I would be a little worried. You know, going into this, they really need to break down, focus. You know, focus your targets. Just call who you're going after. You know, either it's your main tank or your Zen, your off tank. One of those. Just focus fire. You have Agent 187 on that hog. That's really good at you know, isolating a target. And as long as you can do that, that will help you against Asteri 1. You have Kakugo on that Doomfist is going to wreak havoc on your front line. I can guarantee it.
So you're going to see here, C team's going to try and have themselves a defensive hold here, but already Asteri 1's game. Agent 181 starts off with a kill on the answer, so that's a huge tank kill. And C team trying to show up here, two kills for 1 so far, but not too much action. Trash Rodent's got 2 snipes so far with this Hanzo. And now we're going to see the battle here on the bell tower. A little bit of the first tick being taken, but now time's going to take down Escher. So C team coming out with the first good defensive hold here, but that's only 30 seconds in. I think Asteri 1's just trying to test the waters.
Yeah, now you have Ike rolling around in the backline trying to harass C team as they're coming back from spawn, and you know, as that, you know, bowling ball in that wrecking ball form, he's, you know, a force to be reckoned with. A lot of people still don't know the best way to counter, and he's right now he's just having a heyday doing whatever he really wants in C team's backline.
So here we go here for Asteri 1 to try and take over this point. C team gonna try their best to hold off. Like we said, only 1 point can be taken the bell room. If Asteri 1 takes the bell room and gets a tick on C team's dojo, it is over. Kakugo's already got 3 kills so far to start off. Bionic grenade kill from Escher onto Trash Rodent, so this may be the fight that they're looking for. And now Asteri 1 is going to take on over the bell room, which means 1 tick away before the broom gets out of the closet, and we have a sweep here in the quarterfinals.
6 minutes and 30 seconds. That's a lot of time. That is a long defensive hold for C team. We saw Asteri 1 doing it perfect, or almost perfectly, but we're already seeing Asteri 1 just going straight for the point. They have that mobile hamster, so why not try?
Speaking of which, the Earth Shatter comes down, and the whole hog as well going to take down a Vexos in that meanwhile. So 3 kills altogether, as well as a DMAC from nap time, and that is going to be it. So C team, even though they had to use 2 ults in that, or 1 ult rather, in that process, it's not going to be, Earth Shatter and Whole Hog, sorry, 2 ults in that process. C team's going to have themselves a good defensive hold. Keep in mind, Asteri 1's got 3 ults to go, including a nano boost, and Kakugo with that Dragon Blade.
And again, you know, they're just about to have 6 actually with Deamester with that Primal Rage. That is a deadly ult. That is a, you know, just get up in the enemy team's face, just wreak havoc as much as you can. Agent 187 not able to get that final hit on Kakugo, and is already in a, you know, awkward position. C team is really split up right now as opposed to Asteri 1, but Trash Rodent with a double kill already on this fight.
Trash Rodent starts off great, but Shogunai's also got a self-destruct kill as well. That's 1 ult on both sides being used. Now we're going to see if anybody else can get something going here. The hack from High Newt is going to at least get someone on the other side. I don't know who that was. I think that was the Diva. Really not going to get anything going for them as well. And right now it's going to be Asteri 1 winning this fight. 4 people left to go rather, as Agent 181 takes down Shogunai out of mech. And right now it's just a battle of will and strength here. 5 minutes on the clock. Sound Barrier is going to drop for a Vexos to start off, try and keep the team alive. Landmines is also going to come out from Ike, try and do some damage in the background. That does a lot of damage for Landmine as well, so keep that in mind. But right now it looks like C team's really going to win it. Kakugo's going to bring out the Dragon Blade as well as a nano boost so far. Agent 181's going to try and use the hook to stop Kakugo in the process, but the question is he going to be stopped here? Earth Shatter's going to be used as well. Gets down 2 people. Ike and Avexis go down, but everybody else is cleared up from the point. Kakugo finally goes down. High Newt's got 2 kills. And now the whole hog's going to be brought up by Agent 181, which pretty much should end the fight here. And C team has themselves another good defensive hold, even though all of their ults from Asteri 1's going to be used. Only one left of the ult, Trash Rodent, with the Dragon Strike left to use.
You know, what I think was interesting watching through that entire push was Asteri 1 really just seemed to commit to that single push. You know, it really started off with Master on that the Primal Rage just going straight into the point, and the rest of Asteri 1 kind of just trickling in behind them. And if they were able to really focus in on and get one solid clean push in, that would have been a very hard hold for C Team to make. But since they staggered in, they were able to really focus on one player at a time, knock one hero out, get back, get restabilized, and that's enough time to, get all your players back together before they come back in.
Keep in mind now we're going to have a little bit of switch here. Shogunite's going to move on over from the Sombra onto the Reaper to do more tank damage. In the meantime, Esther's going to move on over to the Mercy as well. Dragon Strike's already going to be released from Trash Rodent, so nobody's got an ult on the field except for Vexus, who just got the sound barrier. So if this is the fight to push, this is going to be in. 5 people, 6 people, all 6 people. Players actually going to get benefit of that sound barrier, so this is going to be the win. Shogunite's already got 3 kills of his own, and this is going to be the win for Asteri 1 if anything happens. EMP's going to be brought out from Hainu to try and get anything going. Question is, where's the team? There is going to be no team here. Hainu's going to try and do some damage. Everyone cleared off the point, though, so again, 1 tick wins this all. They're already 2/3 of the way there. Dragon Blade's going to come out, takes down Toad in the process. 2 people left to go. Agent 181 as well as Trash Ronan, who both get cleared. Bring out the broom from the closet. Asteri 1 moves on to the semifinals in a 3-0 sweep.
And again, at this level of play, you cannot count a team out until the last second. And even though they had 6.5 minutes to hold that point, C-Team they were going strong up until the very end, and they were really showing why they at least deserve a spot on this playoff roster.
By the way, play of the game coming no surprise to Kakugo whatsoever. Again, 4 kills on a Dragon Blade, as well as the Nano Boost. So yes, the Nano Boost was used on from Escher onto Kakugo, I believe. But what a play there from Kakugo, showing off again, player of the game, for showing off for his award for player of the game. But again, 3-0 is your final score here. Asteri 1 moves on in the playoffs. They'll move on to the semifinals, playing against the number 4 seed W plus M1. And if I take a look back at the schedule of their recent matches, I believe W plus M1 won their series 3-1, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, no, they won 3-0 against Feeders with Benefits, so they themselves had a sweep. So we're going to see 2 teams very dominant in the quarterfinals play against each other in the semis.
Yeah, and again, C-Team, they're down, they're out of this playoff, but there is still another season. Overtime Champions is not slowing down anytime soon. And now, they've shown that they can make it to the playoffs. So now all they really need to do is just buckle down, focus on, rebuilding that communication, focus on working on, hero comps that work a little bit better with each other. That Sombra was an excellent choice against Asteri 1. Only problem is Asteri 1 was able to really react to that a lot better. They brought in that Reaper who, you can try and hack him as much as possible, but those shotguns do a devastating amount of damage. And, Asteri 1 just showing mechanically why they are your number 1 seed team.
And I'd like to ask Bradley to come in here if at all possible, because he had the production side, but he's also a very good caster as well as a very good analyst here. So as I bring in Bradley, and Bryce is still with us, player of the game from you two, because I would love to hear this. We'll start off with Bradley.
That's for me. I think I'd like to say Kaguno just because DPS, he had a lot of big plays, but I'm going to go with the Yamster. His play on various different tanks was really good. I mean, he mained on that Reinhardt a lot, but he made a lot of impact as the main tank, getting that environmental kill on the Orisa, on Rialto. He was in a lot of those times, he was a big part of what made Kaguno do a lot of his good things. And there's a couple times where he got his Earth Shatter down, and Kaguno they worked through him. You guys pointed out they seem to have really good communication with each other and really good shot calling on the side of Asteri 1.
And then we'll have, Kakugo player of the game for Bradley. Bryce, what about, Dayamster rather, player of the game for Bradley. But Bryce, what about you?
I mean, I'm going to have to disagree with Bradley a little bit there. It's got to go to Kakugo. I mean, the phenomenal play. I mean, Genji can be such a volatile hero. You can have people who say that they're good at Genji, but in reality, they're just okay at him. But the awareness and just mechanics that Kakugo was showing on that Genji, it baffles, me to the extent of I can't see myself giving player of the game to anyone else.
All right, well, so Asteri 1 comes out with the victory sweep, and post-game analysis here between Asteri 1 and C-Team. Of course, for those of you just joining us, Asteri 1 goes home, or goes away offline rather, with the win, 3-0 over C-Team. Back on Oasis, very dominant game, 2-0 there only letting up 51%, and that was back on the Gardens alone. City Center was not C teams to keep. We all know 1-0, held them up to 91 meters, and Asteri 1 pretty much just dominating the clock. I believe only 1 minute and 4 seconds taken off that clock for Asteri 1 won that battle. And then Hanamura, we finally see C team break through with 1 point. With 1 point in the bell room, but couldn't get even a single tick against Asteri 1 on the dojo, whereas Asteri 1 got that bell room as well as 1 tick to win the series and bring out the broom for the sweep. So I want to know your guys' opinion. We'll start off again with Bradley. What does Asteri 1 need to do to as they play against W plus M1? Does Asteri 1 really need to change up anything going into the semifinals?
I stand true to that saying, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And, they showed that they have a lot of versatility with their players. Kaguno switching on to multiple different heroes. His Genji was definitely his top, but he showed that he has versatility. A lot of their players showed that, but they seem to have a method that they like, and I say stick with that. It worked. Don't change it. And if things happen in that match, then you start adapting from there, but don't fix what's not broke.
All right, and then Bryce, your thoughts on this as well?
Just building off of what Bradley said, Asteri 1, they have the formula, and it's not just apparent now because they won this game. I mean, they're the number 1 seed for a reason at this point, and it's clear why. They are an adaptable team. They roll their comps so well together that you have the possibility for a combination of so many ults. Ike was on Wrecking Ball, just wild but cohesive plays and comps that they were rolling together just showed how mechanically sound these teams are. And all I would really say is just keep doing what you're doing. I can't really add any advice to Asteri 1 at this point.
All right, well, I guess the thing from Bradley is if it's not broke, don't fix it. So that's what Asteri 1 may as well try here. They move on to the semifinal, so we'll start wrapping it up here. This has been an Overtime Champions community production of the NAPC Semi-Pro playoffs here in the quarterfinals between Asteri 1 and C Team. Our producer slash analyst here, Bradley Morton Salt, was our match referee. Bryce T was my color, and my name is Clutchkey on the play-by-play. We thank you guys for watching. Asteri 1, the number 1 seed, showing off their dominance, winning the series 3-0, and moves on to the semifinals against W plus M1. And we'll see you guys in the future for that game. Take care, everybody. We'll see you in the future.